Different from the videos that you'll have seen previously. I am just going to talk about my sunglasses, which seems quite niche. And do you know what? I might actually not post this video, we'll see. And I've always been, my style's kind of evolved over the years. I've always been quite minimal, but then with a pop of something. I've always loved accessories. I've always really liked shoes and sunglasses in particular. When I was a kid, I would always get sunglasses from Looky Looky Men, which are the men that go, and women, that go around to the beach and sell you sunglasses. But anyway, so I'm just going to talk through my sunglass collection, which I've accumulated over years. There have been other ones in this collection, but I would say that these are my staples and these are the ones I rotate between. I think they go back to 2017 maybe, 2016. So yeah, like 8 years. Anyway, I'm just going to start from the biggest to the smallest in terms of size. What I noticed about one of the previous videos in the vlog was, so I had this mic on, but I think the sound wasn't great. I noticed that it went really, really quiet. And I think maybe it was just because the mic was far too low down because I was wearing like a vest top. So hopefully the sound's better on this. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I don't know. It goes right up to, oh yeah, okay. So that's too close. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to do it from here, but, so that was the first thing. The other thing is random, but I watched the Amy Bradley documentary last night and it was weird and sad. And I've been thinking about it a lot. And I kind of can't believe that she's not yet been found. That's just an aside. Another thing, this is also probably too much information, but I am feeling very itchy today. And I don't know if it's just hormones, being a woman. Yeah, I've had 3 antihistamines already. So yeah, if I'm constantly touching my face, that's that. But I've bought one of these biocollagen masks. So yeah, I'm going to use this later. Hopefully that helps, or it will make me itch even more. So yeah, that's that. So the first ones are these ones. These are from Lixola. Really nice, tortoise shell. This is them on. I'll put every pair on, but this is them on. I like them. I can't remember the name of these ones. Lulu. I'm sure these are Lulu, but they were sold out for a really, really long time. And yeah, I managed to get them on sale. So yeah, that's the first pair. There's quite a few actually that are from, 2. The next pair is also from Lixola. These are the Mercer ones. Again, slightly oversized. My preference is a smaller sunglass. I just find them much more comfortable, and big sunglasses make me feel quite hot. But anyway, so this is the next pair. They're kind of giving Audrey Hepburn, Breakfast at Tiffany's, obviously without the face, but just her sunglasses. And then, gosh, I realise that this is actually going to be a very, very quick video. These are Retro Super Future, which is quite a cool brand. Again, tortoise shell, really nice, a kind of green lens, really lightweight. I like these. Well, obviously I like all of them, but yeah, I like that they're quite nice. These are nice. And the next pair, so there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 in total. Yeah, and these are also Retro Super Future with a coloured lens, which you can tell, but yeah, nice. These two are obviously the same style, just in different lenses and yeah, colorways. These ones are my most recent purchase. These are Bottega, really nice. These are the sardine ones, hence the shape of the leg. But yeah, really, really nice. These ones are made in Japan. They say that these are a yellow frame, which I think they do kind of look, but they're also a bit kind of browny. But yeah, so this is them. I've been enjoying wearing these actually. They're kind of giving Matrix. Maybe they don't look like that, but that's how I feel when I put them on. But yeah, the reason I got these ones is because I'll jump onto a different pair that are similar to this. The reason I got these ones is because I've got these ones, and these are Ray-Bans. And I think probably these are my favourite ones. These, because they're sentimental. They're my mum's, and I think she got them in the 80s. And yeah, she's passed them down to me, but the only trouble is they're quite flimsy because they're really old, and the lens keeps popping out, and they're glass lenses. But they're kind of falling to bits. Like you can kind of see that everything's a bit ski-whiff on them, like this. And then I've kind of just had to put the lens back in myself. But yeah, so I do love these, but as I say, I'm struggling. To be honest, these ones look the best. They look like they fit my face the best, I think. And there's real sentiment behind these ones. There's not really the same sort of sentiment behind any of the other ones. But yeah, I do love these. These are like a more modernized version of the previous ones. And the reason I got these is so that I wear these more and save damaging these further, because yeah, I want to keep these for the rest of my life. But yeah, so that's those. And then the next ones are these ones. These are Prada, which you can see. I got these quite a few years ago. These were like I got them before they actually became really, really popular, but I've not worn these in a really long time. Actually, I like them, but what I think I realised is they're so dark. And I think I like a lighter lens. That they make everything just seem quite dull. Whereas with coloured lenses, everything just seems vibrant. But when I put these on, I feel a bit kind of, not sad, but I don't know. I like to still have a bit of sun. You know what I mean? Obviously, you still have sun with them on, but yeah. And the next pair are Celine. These are also falling to bits. You can see. These I bought actually during uni from an optician's, and I remember I'd admired them in the shop window for a long time. And I'd finished work one day, and I was walking past, and I saw that they had them up, you know, for display in their window, and I bought them. And I managed to work the tips that I got that day, paid for the sunglasses. Again, these are like, oh, that is not good. These are a bit sugary and falling to bits, but I like the shape of these because they fit your face really flush. It's just a shame that the ones that actually fit the best are kind of falling to bits. But I suppose I did wear these a lot when I first got them, which was 2017, I think. So yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah, you've seen the last pair were these ones, but you've seen those ones. And I think that's it. That's a 10-minute video, so I'll see whether or not I do anything with this, because it might be really boring. Bye!